Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Let's get right into it. So today we are going to be talking about the best setups for local development environment for WordPress. Okay, coming to you live from the office. I forgive my plain background here, but we're going to get started. So I'm just going to start off with what we're going to be using. The way that my content is going to be structured is we're going to start from creating our the very beginning, our local environment. We're going to build up our page, we're going to add features, and you're going to learn how all that stuff works together as we go along. Okay. Now, of course, the first thing that we would do if they asked you, hey, we need you to make a website, right? First thing you need to do is have an environment, a setup to have a website. So in this case, we're going to be using WordPress. And in this case, we're going to be using what's called VVV, Varying Vagrants, as our local development environment for a few reasons. Number one is because it's free, which is the biggest the biggest reason. Number two is that it has modern server configurations, so that when we need to transfer it to live, it's going to work much easier than if we were using Apache on our local, which some local environments still do. Now, another good reason that we're using this is because it's specifically for WordPress, and I just find it to be very easy. The setup is really easy, and making a theme in this is really seamless. So, anyways, let's talk about some of the other options. Local by Flywheel, which is another great tool. And let's talk about the benefits. So the company that does the hosting is also the company that has the local, that does the software for local. So I think the name of the company is Local by Flywheel, but then the local software is just called Local. So the reason that's so great is because the workflow is seamless between your local to live, pushing the website live. So you're making the website locally, it's working great, it's perfect, everything is set up, the way that it's set up. And then when you push it live, it's going to be seamless, really easy. And with that said, it's one of the best, and I can actually make a tutorial if you want to end up using it. The big disadvantage and the reason why we're not going to be using it, and the reason why I don't use it, is because of the price point. At over 10 websites that you're going to host, it goes up to about 100 something a month. And then also you can only use WP Engine or Flywheel as your hosting. So you're limited in your hosting that you could potentially use. Now, last but not least, we have MAP. MAP is interesting because I used MAP, and a lot of companies use it still. I think that overall it's a really great solution because it has total PHP support. It has a ton of tools, and if you get the paid version, which I have, then it has a bunch of stuff, and it really is just too much for me to use. I'm not developing PHP applications to that extent, but later on in the course we will have some sort of PHP application that we make in MAP. So that's one of the big benefits, is that it has WordPress support. It's not specifically for WordPress, but it has support. And I think some of the disadvantages are that it's just too comprehensive. It can be difficult to set up databases and all that sort of stuff. And once again, we have an issue with our local to live because it continues to use Apache, even though I think you can use Nginx. So, we have our little recommendations here. So if you're going to go with VVV, like we're going to be setting up today, and it's VVV for WordPress. It's specifically for WordPress, and we're going to be setting it up with DigitalOcean. That's going to be in another video. And then, of course, we have our other flywheel, local by flywheel, and then map. So yeah, in the next video, we're just going to go ahead and set up our software. But thanks for tuning in, and see you soon.